call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Oklahoma's offense will have the first possession of the game. A tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is
turning it on. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time late in the season.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. And he just needed a few inches, and he didn't get it. The defense denies this offense. Hunt is on its way. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. So the Florida Gators offense will get the ball for the first time. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape because that was not pretty. That was not what they're wanting to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays. And so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get them in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give them a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak to another digit in the column.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was two big things. I think one, he was just pressing. He was trying to force the big play to happen when there were other completions to be had. So he's just got to do a better job being patient. And I think the guys around him also have to step up as well. They need to run the football. They need to...
There he goes! They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. He'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run the guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Gonna run it. It's locked. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23. Halfway there on first down. It's 2nd and 5. He's got it again. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just... afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
Yeah, so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
And the Gators have it with a 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Making side adjustments here. Play action. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Got his man quickly. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Florida.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. The Gators started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gators!
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the 2nd level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
Getting ready for the extra point after the 1st score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They march 79 yards on the drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Cobb. Fires to the right. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. Trying to beat the D deep. Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. Taking it the other way. Oh, he was hoping for the pick 6. Instead, he got it down to the 16-yard line.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Under fire. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
Yeah, it's a really good job with the misdirection, right? Bringing somebody's one direction with so much speed, the defense reacts. Now you bring another.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Memphis needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Bluff City behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Arizona State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. The Sooners can really attack on this second and short. Leaves it with the back. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. There's always been a lot of flash and sizzle to the Oklahoma offense, but it's built on being tough.
Yeah, and especially the great teams. The great teams that you think about in Oklahoma past, the ones that were in the national championship or in the playoff, those are teams that can run the football, be physical. It all started there.
And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. And here comes the offense on second down. They'll run play action. And the pressure is going to get to him, and down he goes, and that's how the first quarter will end. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got him downfield. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
See, I like this tight end because he's not just running flat routes and little stick routes and drags. This guy can get vertically down the field. He showed you his speed there running the crosser.
Looking downfield on first down. He's got it. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Sooners with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Second down, they'll go to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. It's pretty clear he didn't care about the double coverage. He thought his guy was better than their two guys.
Well, and there's reason to think that. That dude's a stud, and I understand it. I want to find ways to get him the football, but when it's 2-on-1, I might think about looking somewhere else.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on third and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away and forced the incompletion.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unleashes one deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Running to Green. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Fires to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Schultz. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Oh, he's got some space. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a 1st down. The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
Well, it took everything on defense to just get that guy down on the 1-yard line. He is a monster, Dave.
And if this offense, Jess, is going to keep doing that, you better bring in reinforcements on that defensive line. Get some big boys because they're about to punch this thing in the end zone.
Pushes toward the goal line. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on 1st down.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense. You're creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gator! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the 1st half with the home team.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, Dave.
Yeah, nothing went well in the 1st quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to that.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And the Sooners headed quickly to the line.
This offense has got to get this thing going, man. Nowhere to go. Where do you want the running back to go? He gets tackled for a loss. Offensive line has to block better. They got to create some holes. They've gone nowhere. Several drives, no points. They need something to go right for this offense.
They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. They'll move the tight end. To throw, it's Cobb. Under fire. He'll try to do it himself. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important
Fuck out of here with that
to
bullshit.
their success for this season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big game. He does it again. He's got the knack for just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
He'll do it himself. Got the 1st down and more. Really good surge for this offense. The change, and he's got it at the 34. The Sooners back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Wants to go up top on first down. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Offense, you got to do a better job. There's got to be more sense of urgency protecting your backup quarterback. You've already lost your starter due to injury. Now that the backup's in, you know you're going to have to hold on for just that split second longer, and they weren't able to do it there.
Back to pass on second down. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Here's the pressure. Fires.
Oh, my God.
Breaks into the open. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Sooners.
You got to wonder if that's going to be the play that changes the momentum in this game for the offense. It had been tough. They were up against it here early in the game, but the quarterback now starting to find a little bit of a rhythm. Really nice touch and throw on that touchdown. And here we go. This might be the play that gives them their confidence.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Got the quick pass.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Flex it out of the air. Good, solid.
Slow bitch.
On that one, they got it out for the 40, and it's first down.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. You get a little bit of time to throw, you can move guys with your eyes, that drag comes wide open, good throw, good catch, first down.
They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Man, offenses are getting really creative in the way they run their counter plays now. They pull different guys. They pull a guard. They pull a tackle. They pull a guard and a tackle. So really keeping the defenses off balance. You can't just key on wherever the tight end is. You got to realize they can show you one thing and come back with another.
Trying play action. On the run, fires downfield. Got it in the middle. It's Schultz. They get him on the ground. Late in the half, they have the first down at the 41.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
They go to the ground. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And with that last carry, into triple digits, over 100 yards for the day.
And he's showing you power. He's showing you speed. He's showing you make you miss. He really is showing you he's a complete back. And by the way, it's still the first half.
Throws to the tight end.
Ooh, nice play. I can't even get mad at that.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were
Middle linebacker back there doing that.
He's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You'll just get in trouble when you try.
His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too. Just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and they got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll give it to the back. Crosses to 35. He
Slow
gets
bitch.
Chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
On the ground with the catch.
I hesitated.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was me. That was
And
me.
that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Gators are in the hurry-up.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Finds his back in the middle. Turning it on. Chopped out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. The Gators, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Got some work to do on 2nd down after that last one. They need 13. It's complete to the right. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you. Running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Looking for space to the left. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Florida. Lining up for the PAT. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. It didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he'll just take him in. This drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield.
Good play, good play.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the right. Pulls it in. It's Royer. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
Well, he's able to make it easy after that catch, and I think his speed is something that just scares DBs to death. When you think about great Oklahoma receivers recently, guys like CeeDee Lamb, Sterling Shepard, Hollywood Brown, DBs gave them so much cushion because they were afraid they were going to get run by, and I think that's how defenses treat this guy too. With his speed and his playmaking ability, he scares you to death, and that cushion helps him out tremendously.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Pushed back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. They'll leave it with him. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had in their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
Just gets rid of it before the heat.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision, but it's a tough decision to make.
Throws to the wideout. It's caught. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Now they'll try the right side. He'll step out of bounds at about the 11.
That's weird.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Now the play fake. Finds his big tight end.
On it.
And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And every time he gets brought down, everybody kind of gasps for a second because you're already on quarterback number 2. You got to protect him. You got to keep him upright. The least amount of hits as possible because you definitely don't want to go to QB number 3.
Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. The Gators sending the offense back to work. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the 2nd half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Right back to it. That is a big this defense is they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Here comes the heat. He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line, not enough to move the sticks. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. The play action fake. Bring in the heat. Catch in the middle. It's short. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a 1st down. And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll move the wide receiver. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. There he goes. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day. Like, great day. They built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds, and just on to the next down.
Throwing right.
Bro, you got to catch that.
Completion on 3rd down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense...
Bro, you got to catch that. You got to catch that, man. Come on.
Taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those days, but that reign is coming to an end. Wants to throw on 1st down. Shoots it to the left. Got his man. Gets it
Double
to
coverage.
the 32-yard line, and that's a 1st down. The Sooners will hustle to the line.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And
Yes.
gets home.
Give me that shit.
Back at the 45.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up a huge loss on that sack. You'd think they'd want to just take a second, regroup before running this next play.
Quarterback moving. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Finds space on the right. Makes the grab over the defense, and they are threatening now down at the 15. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. And the Sooners had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown!
If I ran with him, QB would have just ran straight in.
Catch and run for 6.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there, get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Kent State looks like a bunch of world beaters right now. I'm not sure I've ever seen this offense look this crisp. They're up by 18 over Western Kentucky.
Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
We've got our eye on this one.
I was reading the text.
Else going on throughout the day.
That was my bad.
How about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
There we go. That's one.
Complete a big hit there, forces second down.
Damn, I gotta be so dumb. Reading text while I'm playing. I didn't pause it.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Grabbed
Oh, there you go.
Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown Sooners. And the comeback is on.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a 1-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped?
Now they actually just kick it off.
And get me the rock back.
I don't get it.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. 1-possession game, getting late. First order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with a W.
Finds his man. It's Schultz. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. In that loss last week, he just never got comfortable. Threw 3 picks, but much better today.
Much better taking care of the football. Listen, being the leader, he made the one mistake, but did a good job moving on from it, leading this offense, and ultimately getting the dub today.
And there was nowhere.
Free timeout. Name some injuries. Come on.
In the backfield. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out.
I guarantee it's going to be like one more injury. If I get this first
We're
down.
going to get another dose of the running game at this point, even though it's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
I think if you're offense here, the game boils down to this one play on 3rd down with the lead late. If you get the first down, that's ball game. There's not enough time left for the defense to get it back and go march down the field. So let's dial up our best play offensively. Let's make sure our best players are touching the football here.
Using the quick game. Big play takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
And, man, that's a little frustrating. I like the job by the quarterback. Get the ball out. Let your receiver make the play. But just understand when the play's over. Like, I'm not going to cut that back up. I want to get out of bounds, stop the clock, save as much time as possible.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll try the run. Got enough for the first down and wants more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Gators pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. They'll give it to him again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
off the play fake. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. Trying to pick up a first down. The give to the back. Will not get close. Tackled at the 28-yard line. It's fourth down.
Coming up, fourth down.
No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. They want to run this quarterback. That will be the final play as they make the stop and the clock has its
Wins a win. Let's go.
Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of great
Winner or loser.
Certainly it was a
They Gators win.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of
Nah,
these
good
two
shit.
teams, people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in because this is a ranked matchup.
5 out of
So to
10.
get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking
They
the
beat
exact same
brothers.
thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win, a ranked win? Now you're...